Right?
In the city's vibrant, pulsating night, neon lights on loud, masks conceal the truth, and whispers reveal secrets. Crystal balls spin mysteries, fortune tellers weave cosmic tales, and truth is tangled in electric threads. The masquerade unfolds, colors clash and neon hearts guide us through the crowded glow. Fireworks explode in our minds, hidden codes wait to be found, and every flash reveals what's underneath. Memories haunt us, light bulbs flicker and shadows linger. The curtain rises, lights ignite the scene, and the stage burns under fiery skies. The show must go on, we'll take the chaos and find our way through every stumble. No mask can hide the fire in our eyes. We're spinning stories under open skies, and when the music fades, we'll still be standing. Curtains draw open, lights ablaze, magic whispers through the night, as masks and dreams converge in spectacular display. Shadows dance, voices enthrall, crystal balls reveal secret signs, threads of fate entwined in tangled lines. The reactor twist unknown, on a stage of stars where dreams unfold. The show must shine bright through chaos and strife, every spark a tale to tell, a symphony of rebellion. Drums beat like hearts of fire, scripts burn with raw desire. Books of untold stories, pages turning brave and bold. Spotlight calls never fade, reliefs of faith and masquerades. We've seen a gamble, each step a leap, dreams awaken where we sleep. Lights dim but hearts ignite, curtains rise to greet the night. We stumble, trip but never fall, the show goes on, we give it all. Raise the roof, shout aloud, through darkness we face the crowd. Dreams collide, we paint the stage with every scar. Each misstep makes us who we are. Script is torn, lines blurred, but every voice will still be heard. No rerun, no second take, we build the magic we won't break. Applause fades, but hearts soar, we'll leave them begging for more. Through every storm, every dawn, the show must go on and on.
Greetings from South Carolina.
One hell of an intro.
Isn't
My
it?
God, I just murdered all my animals and cats during that time. It possessed me to like, wow, that was some talent who put that together.
That's Sarah down there. She is the best producer on earth. For
Black and white, the different scenes. You did that. It melded so well.
Well, thank you. Dan sent me the stuff he wanted and said, do this. And I was like, okay. So then I did that and made a song. And
It's my favorite intro of any show.
It's really cool.
Isn't it?
So good.
It's dark.
Actually,
I
I like the other intro better with Elvira.
Well,
Me
that's
too.
like the outro has.
Yeah, but we said the outro now because, that's a better outro.
I love Elvira. She's a great lady.
Oh, she's hot. Okay.
And
Two
she's
things
got a
can be
great
true at the
heart.
same time.
Oh, yeah.
She
That was
does
cute.
the
This
charity.
day, she aged beautifully. Jealous.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful skin.
All right.
And we're here
So,
this week with Eric from Hair Metal Revolution, my partner in
Yeah.
crime, Ash Pondo Ponds, Tracy Rothmeyer. It's great to have Tracy with us. I think first time, right?
No,
No, a few times.
No, yeah,
she's been here a lot, Dan.
On this show?
Yeah.
Not this show.
Yes, this show you've been here.
Handful.
a few times. Yeah, a handful. It's still been here a lot.
Oh, okay.
It's not that old.
Okay.
There
Growing
must
up,
be a lot of drugs going on if you can't remember who's been on the show.
I
matter of
remember.
fact, it's the weekend, and it was a long night last night, and we're all running on a very little rest.
Yeah, there's that.
And we got Doug down here, and of course Sarah on the end.
Hello.
And you and me, Dan, got the same time.
Yeah, the
All
late
right.
nights kind of make you forget stuff and drag a little bit. Don't
They make me.
All right, pause. You
I'm
wanna
just
say
on
hi to
cold
everybody?
medicine, so you know.
Yes, I will race through
Oh,
and just do my obligatory hellos. And even though it is obligatory, I love doing it because I love you all. Wajamin is here. Hello, Wajamin. Esmeralda,
Love
we
you.
see that you're here. Welcome to the chat. Angela McCardle is here. Hello, Angela. So good to have you with us. Gary Carpenter is with us. Hello, Gary. He's back. Zublex is with us, of course. Who could forget Miss Miller, Emily Miller? Thank you so much for joining us.
Emily.
JC, always good to have you. Welcome to the show. Sam's with us. Hello, Sam. Good to see you as always. UFO Man, good to see you as well. Glad you could make it. And I'm pretty sure. Chance. Oh my God, Chance. I didn't know you were looking in the shadows. So good to see you. If you're still here, hopefully you are. There you go.
We love you,
Christopher
Chance.
Wilkinson is here. So glad you could make
Christopher,
it.
we love you.
And Tug, I see Tug is here. And it's starting to feel like Romper Room.
And
That's what I thought.
Snarky.
I see Timmy and Mary and Jean.
and
Yeah.
I believe if I missed anybody, say something else in the comments below, and I will shout you out. Snark's ass. How can I forget Snark's ass? She was
Snarky.
Boopies to you.
Boopies to you, of course.
yeah, Tim and
Snarky.
Stark were the first ones over here going, like, hurry up, let's get this going. And,
Beautiful
I'm
lady.
not in charge of time. All right. All right.
So what are we talking about?
talking about hair metal.
Oh, we have a topic? Damn. I didn't.
Metal
I
hair?
didn't study.
How do you cut that?
I thought hair metal was a German military decoration.
Oh God!
I've been
What?
saving that one.
Oh.
It starts early, folks.
All right. So,
Did I really kill the conversation with that one?
No,
that
Oh,
Oh,
everybody stopped at the same time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go bathroom instead.
Video killed the radio star just now, by.
Kill conversation when I walk into the room.
oh God, please.
It's weird. My wife is not a big hair metal fan, but I obviously grew up on it, so it's like it's definitely part of me.
But the question is she not a fan because of the title word hair metal or the music and genre? Because a lot of people mistake certain bands as hair metal, not hair metal. People get uptight. This band's hard rock. This band's not. And a lot of people kind of don't understand that.
Like if it's playing, she's not a huge fan. She tolerates it. And actually, when we were on our honeymoon in Vegas, we saw Rock of Ages, which is like the musical that uses a lot of hair metal in it.
Yeah, Rock
And
of
she
Ages.
loves that.
Love
She
her.
thinks that's great.
Yes.
And all those songs are great. But like any other hair metal songs, and she just tunes it out. So I don't know what it is.
You know, all I know is this: I've been around the block a little bit too long. Listened to many genres of music, and I believe you could get something positive of whatever you like to feel of
Sure.
each and every one of those genres. Each and every one of those people have something to say. So and me being a radio and music aficionado, I like it all.
Well, I'm going to be honest here. I don't think people give the music enough appreciation for what it's done, because
Mhm.
if you look at the bands from the 70s, they had a fight. Black Sabbath had a fight to be on the radio.
Mhm.
Aerosmith had a fight to be on the radio. Kiss, I mean, it took a Kiss army to a radio station to get a song on the radio. All
Pink
these
Floyd,
bands had a
too.
fight. All the way up, you started with new bands, Def Leppard 78.
Mhm.
You know, and these bands, they keep fighting. In the 80s, a lot of these people were just like us. Music was changing, but they were making fun of, right? Radio stations weren't even playing most of these music. Most of this music we had to hear from other people, right? So these bands fought and fought and fought. And now you could debate in 70 or 88, 87 that maybe too many ballots or whatever, was coming out. Regardless of that, it took a ballot, believe it or not, some of it to break through some of the bands to be played on the radio, to be played on MTV. And what happened is once that door cracks open, guess who came in? Megadeth, Metallica, everybody came in. More people were exposed to Kiss. More people were exposed to these bands. Now, when grunge came in, right, grunge had it easy because music was already being played on the radio. They didn't have to fight.
They didn't have to fight as hard. Yeah, that's true.
What Motley Crue did, Quiet Riot. It took a lot of people think hard rock was popular at first. Quiet Riot was the first band that had the #1 album that broke everybody even more loose. I mean, and Quiet Riot was in early 80s, wasn't from the 70s. I mean, this music people made fun of made it possible. So every kind of music now is on the radio.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Back in the, I remember.
More. Those bands
were trying to take
this music off the air, putting parental advisory on these album charts.
I'll tell you something. You see, all these forerunners made it possible for these these bands to come through. And the thing is like, yeah, you're right. They did not have to fight because the door was already open and the floodgates came through. But the thing that I still think of is how the originators had to fight tooth and nail for everything. I mean, like Queen, even a group like Queen was said by a couple of high-ranking people in the business, oh, your music's going to go nowhere, man. Yeah. And look at what happened. It's like, it just takes a few bad to actually say something and to stop people's whole thing of being creative, and it shuts them down. And then there's lots of them we've never even heard about.
Well, Queen got more popular in the 80s too when the music broke open. People went back to Queen music. A lot of those bands, and they sell millions of copies right off the bat. It took years, sometimes 6-7 years. Like, oh my god, this.
I'm just mentioning them as one example.
Yeah, but a lot of these big bands, especially the metal bands, like they didn't really hit it big until their 4th or 5th album. And you talk about grunge, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all these bands that like their very first album goes super platinum.
Tug, you said something that was very important. The 3rd or 4th album in the early 70s and 80s, these bands had a time to create their craft, learn their craft.
Sure.
Like Def Leppard didn't really hit it huge until Paranoia. A lot of these bands didn't take it to the 3rd, 4th album. Nowadays, it's sad because most bands now, they got one shot and one shot only. If they don't make it big, they're out. They don't have time to create their craft. You know what I mean? They had to start. I mean, that kind of started in the late 80s, right? If Skid Row didn't hit hard on their debut album, they probably wouldn't be around. Well, technically they're not around. They're broken up, but
I think it also led to a lot of pigeonholing.
They don't have that 3 albums anymore.
I think it also led to a lot of pigeonholing because like after their first album, if they make it big with their first album, they try to do something a little different in their sophomore album and they get into that sophomore slump. So they have to go back to what they were doing before and they just keep putting out the same music over and over again. And it's not because that's what they want to do. It's because that's what they have to do. Whereas these bands that have been around for a long time before they hit it big, they could play around and they could continue to play around because that's just what they always were.
And look what's happening now, right? Music is open game now for everything in the world. Yeah. And look who's still touring. These bands from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Why? Because it's the only bands you really know anymore because you don't hear about any new bands. So those bands are like kind of like in a way profiting because there's no new bands to really get their names up there. I mean, it's rare. They make it. You know what I mean? But it's less and less. I'm not saying we need gatekeepers, but they were gatekeepers in a way. Like this band, we're gonna push this band out. You have to push yourself out. So there could be 1,000 bands out there. I have to hear from Daily Dan. Like he has to send me a text. Like, hey, have you heard this song? That's the only way you hear music nowadays. I'll check it out. It's so different now.
Yeah,
I just make my own.
Yeah, right. I mean, like you go Netflix, you sit there for like 30 minutes just going through all Netflix, trying to find out what movie to watch. That's what music is now. It's like, okay, what's good now? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I will tell you, I got a new record, and New
Oh, it's
record.
real vinyl.
Ooh, social distortion.
No, this is vinyl. This is
Absolutely.
vinyl.
That's
This
what
is
I
vinyl.
said.
This is the social distortion
Oh,
brand new
no
record.
kidding.
I thought it was
And-
Def Leppard.
Oh, I know, right? Def Leppard. No, this is actually social distortion. I got it for my birthday, and
Love social distortion.
Great.
I
It's
still
very
love
cool.
records, and they still make records. This just came out just May 8th, and so there's still albums coming out. It's just you don't hear about it as often. And let me tell you, this album, it's good.
A lot of my introduction to a lot of the metal greats, especially the ones from the 70s, it was through vinyl. Like to this day, there's some bands that if I listen to it on anything other than vinyl, it doesn't sound right. Like Led
That
Zeppelin.
whole. Oh, go ahead.
It's all
You
vinyl.
know, you have to also educate people now too when you buy vinyl, believe it or not, because like when I bought this, I bought the typical normal black.
Right.
Because if you buy vinyls that have like pictures on them, like a lot of them put pictures on it, that extra layer causes the vinyl not to have that certain vinyl sound that you're looking for.
Mhm.
So there's so many different vinyls now. Like now there's color vinyls, red, green. The typical black, the cheapest one is actually the one that will sound the best than color coded vinyl, color vinyl.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
tell people you don't need to pay that extra money for the colors. If you unless you just bought it to put it on a shelf. But I have a record player. I actually play it. And I want the clearest sound that I get. So I get the typical normal black that is the cheapest, but it's the best sound. In case if new people want to be educated.
No, that's good info. Yeah.
No, that is good.
There's just something when you put that needle onto the vinyl and it goes.
Yeah.
I love those pops and crackles and hiss, man. When I was a kid, my mom would put, the records on, and just to hear those pops and hisses, I didn't know I missed them. And then somebody was playing a record. I was like, I hear a record. It was exciting. I miss those sounds.
Well,
I don't think I put a record on a record machine since 1987.
See, I'll still buy some physical media because, it's like movies nowadays. They're getting rid of Blu-rays and stuff. Now, like, say you have to watch this movie through Disney Plus, they can take that movie off. Or if you buy a movie on streaming now, you technically don't own it. They can always take that away from you.
Same with the books.
Records, CDs, and cassettes. At least you always have it, right? Because like sometimes if you go to YouTube Premiere, because I have the Premiere, so I get the music thing. Sometimes an album will be on there and they'll take it off. And
I've had that happen in the middle of playing a song.
See?
There's this one song that I found years ago that I really liked. It's still on YouTube, but there's no share button to it anymore. And the only reason why I still have it is because it's in a playlist of mine. So I come across it every now and then. I'm like, well, this is lame.
But no, I'm completely with you. Digital media or physical media forever, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, know that, but
once you own it, you own it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
physical media can't be altered. When you watch something on a streaming service, they can edit the content.
AI, baby.
Agendas they have, and it's really disturbing. It's almost Orwellian.
Well, it is Orwellian. It's an actual good use of the term.
Well, how many people now drive cross country, right? They put in the music through their phone and they lose the internet. They lose the song. Yeah. But if you have a CD, you pop it in, you don't lose nothing.
Yeah.
Or a cassette tape.
Cassette tape.
Or an 8-track.
Because people don't give cassettes credit too. People talk about how MTV was the main thing that caused music to explode. No. It was part of it. Cassettes made it easy for people to take the music with Walkman, putting in cars. They took it with them than records. A lot of people didn't want records. You can't put a record in a car. I mean, technically, I guess you can, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was in school, we were trading cassette tapes like they were drugs. Like,
we did that. We did that before cassettes. I'm old. We had 8-track tapes in our cars, but
8 tracks. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But you can't record your own 8-track. You can record your own.
You can record your own cassettes. So that's very true.
Girl, you like to make
started
her
the whole
mixtape
thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love
only bad thing about cassettes, but it always got stuck, and you always got to take the pencil.
8-tracks? No, I hated
but,
8-tracks because like. The thing is like you buy them because you like the music that's going to be presumably on them.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you're hearing like one of Pink Floyd's tunes and they're long and what happens is it cuts off right in the middle of the song, and you have to flip over to track 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you have to guesstimate because you don't know where it's at on the album.
Yeah, for bands like Pink Floyd, that's especially bad because even if it does break in between songs, the way Pink Floyd does their albums is every song kind of leads into the next song. You know,
for a second now, Emily is correct. You could download music offline, but if that company decides to take the music off their site, and once your phone connects, that offline is offline too. So you don't, you know. It's not like it doesn't cause you to own it.
Yeah.
It just causes you to be able to play it. And then when it does connect, that how many times you listen to it that number still goes back to them, because that's how bands get paid now. How many times you listen to a song, even if it's offline.
That's true.
Indy, I never knew that, Indy. That is an amazing fun fact. Even
the William Lear thing. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, one quick second, you guys will indulge me. Totally off topic. I just want to say, Indy, hello. And yes, Dog Days from 2001 was the movie. I actually found it on the artist's site, and I watched it for the first time in 25 years. There was another movie called Dog Days, which is about a love triangle or something, which is not it. But apparently there was more than one movie named Dog Days, and Persistence Pays Off. Thank you, my brother. Now, back to the action.
Well, what I was trying to sort of get at in my own long-winded way is that, you know, a lot of these pieces that we listen to, we love, aren't even on CDs. Let alone if you find a piece of vinyl with it on, you know, it better not be all scratched up. You know what I mean? If you really want to hear it properly, you know. I mean, I'm not saying that for every used piece of music. Obviously, some people treat their music like it's gold. But I mean, you know, you end up thinking you got a great deal from like Salvation Army, come back home, and it's like you can hear the cracks and stuff. And then you start envisioning where the cracks were on your album.
Yeah, I just want to say UFO Man is 100% correct. You are leasing the music. You're not buying it. Even though you're paying $2, you're buying the whole album. You're not technically buying it. You're leasing it, and they can pull that anytime they want.
It's on the EULA. Yeah.
Sorry,
which nobody reads.
I didn't mean to get so into it.
No, it's great. That's why we're here.
That just bugs me. And you spend all that time hard ass looking for it. And sure enough, like I like a lot of old bluesmen and jazz guys, and you cannot find half of their material that you remember. It's almost like you have a Mandela effect on something that's imagination.
Yeah, like I'm a big fan of the whole Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong shtick.
And you can't find half their stuff anymore.
Yeah, you can only find like one song on a compilation album, so you have to buy like 20 compilation albums to get 20 songs. It's really annoying.
And a lot of artists get worse, people. It's going to get worse pretty soon. Bands are signing contracts with individual companies to only play their music. Mm-hmm. It's like nowadays, you want to watch a certain movie. What is it on Netflix? Is it on Prime?
Exactly, music's about to do the same.
You know, you have to pay. It's just. Oh, that's why I hate that physical media is dying, because all these Blu-ray companies, they're saying forget about it. We're not doing it no more. So there's less and less.
I always try to find my favorite movies or music on either a CD, hard copy, or a DVD. That way, that no matter what happens in the future, you know, like I've got a lot of my favorite TV shows box sets just for that reason. You never know when you're going to be able to see it no more.
No, Zuper, I've never heard of that.
I own a copy of I don't know. I know Dan knows this movie because we talk about this movie all the time. I own the 1986 Trick or Treat movie, one of the best hard rock heavy metal movies there is. Sure. But the Blu-ray copy that I have is technically a German copy because you can't buy it no more. And in Germany, it's not called Trick or Treat; it's called the Ragman. Because they can't use the word trick or treat. So when I put the disc on, it actually starts in German. I just got to switch it to English. I can watch it. That's what I'm talking about, copyrights and all that now. And another, not a scary thing, but another thing that's happening. I don't know if you guys have seen this in movies. If I'm talking too much, I apologize.
We brought you here for this.
I was going to say we brought you.
Copyrights are changing back to. I can't remember, it's like a 40-year rule that a lot of the original writers of movies and stuff are regaining back the rights to like movies and even music. And the problem is now some of these movies and music are in courts fighting over rights. Like one of my favorite horror movies are Friday the 13th, right? You haven't saw one so many years because they were lined up in court because the writer of the original wrote it, so he got the rights back, but he only got the rights to Mrs. Voorhees, not Jason. I mean, it's just like, and if you notice, a lot of these horror movies now, like now there's a new Pinocchio horror movie out. A lot of these old cartoon movies are now open game for anybody to make movies now. Music, so it's like a whole weird world of who owns what now, who does this.
People forget that like 100 years ago, musicians didn't make money from selling their music. They made money by performing their music or performing other people's music. Like that was the whole shtick. Like the whole idea of intellectual property for music wasn't really a thing 100 years ago. And now it's kind of dominates the industry. Like everybody, you have to own it. Like it is yours. And you get what I'm saying.
Oh, no. Yeah. When the biggest change that fucking sucks for for our fucking wallets is, if you guys remember in the 70s and 80s, at the time, the albums was promoting the tours.
Yeah, exactly.
The tours was to sell the albums. Right. So these tickets or concerts were $20-$30 and they were all general admission. You want to go fight, you get in that front of that stage, you want to squeeze through, you could get up there.
Yeah.
And now since Napster and all that took away all that, concerts are where they're making their money, not the CDs. So instead of $30, price went up to $100 for seats. You want to get to the stage, some of these shows, listen, my daughter went to, it's a secret. My daughter went to Taylor Swift one year. 2 tickets over $800. I ain't shit. Crap.
Holy damn.
Back in the 80s, I could get 2 tickets for $20-$30 and we go up to the stage.
Hell, for that, back in the 80s, I would be able to catch the flight to London, hear my favorite tune, and fly back home.
Let me tell you, no. Back in the 80s, Taylor Swift wouldn't be a big thing. You could probably see her free at Mall of America.
Well, she wasn't born yet.
Exactly.
She wasn't around,
No, people. Same with those guys in those suits. They wear the same blue suits since the 30s, and it looks just like it was purchased in the 30s.
I went to look up how much Metallica tickets are in the Vegas Sphere. I was just curious. The cheapest one was like $400. The cheapest for the cheap.
Wow.
And they do movies now, right? They did movies. I guess they got the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. I'm like, how much is the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere? Cheapest, $239. What the hell?
Vegas.
See, vintage theaters back in my day were like $1.50. Have a good time. I'll see you when the lights change outside, because you could stay in a theater and watch 4 different vintage movies.
We had that when I was growing up in Orlando. We had a couple of different theaters that were
basically
just vintage movies. Yeah, like you said, and you could just buy a ticket, go in, sit down, and you didn't have to leave until the place closed.
That's how my parents.
In September, I'm going to go watch Motley Crue. They're coming up in Washington. In the 80s, I think I paid like $55 for 2 tickets. This one is like over $200, and that's not even great seats. That's like back in the grass.
And let's not discount Ticketmaster's place.
I went to see U2, and it was in a room, and it was like a ballroom, so it probably hold no more than 200 or 300 people. Anyways, I went there to see U2. In 1982 or 83, it was had to have been one of those years. There's only 50 people in the audience, and we paid $12.50 back at the Uptown, which is in Chicago. That's where I grew up.
Was that was the war tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah. And so it's like, I was like, and I thought that was expensive. It's like, well, wait a minute. We didn't get all the perks like these kids do now. Some of them even get merch tickets off, or food tickets, or they get this one or that one. Yeah. All the stuff that the merch that we had was already, and mind you, homemade or done in somebody's studio at a mass rate at best. And those are real souvenirs. Now these kids have massive digital things, putting on these shirts and piling them up like by the millions.
Yeah, like a couple of months ago, I went to go see Gary Clark, and basically like a House of Blues type venue, and it should have only cost me like $25-$30. Like in my brain, that's how much it should have cost. But I think we spent $100 for the 2 of us, and even that was insane to me. Like paying $100 to go see a concert.
Well, real quickly here. I looked it up, and we was talking about Deep Purple. Now, Deep Purple's starting a tour, and they've got the original band.
Wow.
They got Kansas
Wow.
and Jefferson Airplane opening for them. Now,
Holy
these
shit.
three big bands from the 80s do have front row seats as much as $300, but they are doing the entire upper balconies general admission for these shows for $35.
That's
Wow.
nice.
And that's rare because you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
hear it every
Last
often.
But the thing is, you have to buy it quick before these Skypers fucking buy it and they resell it. Because sometimes you go to Ticketmaster, right? You got to watch. This is what the ticket sell, and this is resell. Make sure you're not buying the resell. It's
Yep, that's totally a thing.
a
Yep.
new way of
That
scalping.
is scary.
New way of scalping.
But I like a lot of these tours where like a lot of these older bands are, you know, touring,
Me
like
too.
grouping up, like Collective Soul and Soul Asylum, you know, stuff like that. I really
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Journey's constantly touring with other bands.
I say I'm
Like
just not so sure how slick Grace Slick's going to be now.
Yeah, she.
True.
Funny, she was born in the city I grew up in, Evanston, Illinois.
Why do we keep moving around?
I agree with you. It's almost like you're going to show now because you know you're hanging out with people who love the music.
Yeah.
Listen, I guarantee Molly's gonna be using some tapes. They don't sing that good no more.
Doesn't
But
matter.
it's almost like sometimes you're paying for the atmosphere to talk to people.
Yeah.
Even though you're buying a $20 beer, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's that.
You know, you're gonna have an expensive hangover.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. You're paying for the atmosphere. You're paying to be around a bunch of people who like the same music as you, and will all sing along to the songs. You know, it doesn't really matter.
No, I've got a really big soft side too to some singers, so don't freaking pick on me. And it's not also because she's of the same background I am. It's cliche of what they say about us Jewish girls. But I tell you one thing, Barbara Streisand, okay, a few years back, I can't remember how many years, but she was selling nosebleed seats for $600 for you to put your tush in for 2 hours, stink up the chair, and leave.
Yeah, that's
and that's like, and I'm like thinking to myself, Barbara, you're not hurting for money anymore, or you probably never were. It's like, come on now. Start offering your things that
I think a lot of the times when it gets to that stage, it's not really the artist that's responsible anymore. It's the managers, the production company, or the recording companies, the distribution companies, Ticketmaster, you know, all these other people.
I'll be damned if I'm going to be paying $600 a seat to see anyone, even if John Lennon came back here from dead, sat in front of me, I would still not pay $600 to see him neither.
And you know, you're right about that in many cases, but in Bab's case,
well, yeah, okay, with Babs, that's true. Good point. I was thinking more like, you know, Pearl Jam. They basically went to war with Ticketmaster in the 90s, and you know, they brought a lot of this stuff to light about how all these different interests combine to force all the prices to go up.
But how good did that do?
It didn't do very well.
And Live Nation are the same company, and they rule everything.
Yep. It's basically a monopoly. It really is.
It is. Now, if you play the system right, now, I'm not talking about bands that will sell out right away. If bands that do big arenas and they don't technically sell out, sometimes if you wait, sometimes even 2 hours before the show, the Ticketmasters and these companies, they will drop the price on purpose because they rather fill that seat because they know you're going to buy merchandise and soda when you're there. But that doesn't work for bands that are going to sell it out like right away. But bands that don't sell out, if you wait an hour before, sometimes you could get a ticket cheaper, kind of like airports.
It's just like playing the commodities.
Very true.
Well, you know, one of the best concerts I ever went to is because I gave blood and they gave me a free ticket. So,
well, I mean, I mentioned Rock of Ages earlier. I got that.
What concert did they give you to give blood? I got to know what band offered that.
Okay, was it the Who? Was it a blood tour?
It was out in the desert. Okay.
Was it typo negative?
Typo negative.
Oh,
yeah. Anyways, yes, I have universal blood. But that's besides the point. Okay, so we went there, right? And they had Korn, Linkin Park, Snoop Dogg was there for some reason. It was the god awful worst thing I ever saw. Holy hell! He came out on a Segway for Christ's sakes. Why? What?
Anyways, I think that's Snoop Dogg's stick. Snoop Dogg was there for some reason. That's the whole career.
Wasn't that the first Lollapalooza?
Sounds a lot like Lollapalooza.
Was that in Chicago?
No, this is just out in the desert here, not too far from me.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
so
Coachina.
it wasn't there, but it was close to out there.
No,
Anyways,
Lollapalooza was more grunge. That sounds more like
Oh.
Woodstock '99.
well,
which was a
anyways, it
trailer.
was interesting. There was somebody dying there that took too much drugs, and they're just like, oh,
Burning Man.
nonchalant about it. It was a really crazy thing. They ran out of cups like within the first hour, and they're like, "Well, if you find a cup on the ground, we'll give you some water for like $3." And I'm
That
like,
really sounds like
"Ew."
Woodstock
Okay.
99.
Sarah,
Here's some
stay with me on
information for some people who are watching this. Like, if anybody's watching this, if any one of you guys are veterans, there's an app called Vet Tex. It's called Vet Tex, and if you log in, you prove that you are a veteran, you can get. There's concerts they'll give you. Other veterans give free concert tickets. Only thing you have to pay for is a transfer fee of like $5. So if some of your veterans sign up for VetTex, because I've been to some concerts. Now, usually bands you sell out, you're not going to get none of them. But like I got some big Climate Pledge Arena shows for just like $10.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I had no idea that existed.
Sports are on there. A lot of things are on there. So if anybody's a veteran, you can sign up and they have to make sure that you were a veteran. You know what I mean? Like DD 214. Then everybody will say they are, and then nobody gets it.
No, I have to talk to some of
cool.
my.
Once you go, they want you to take a picture, so the people who gave the tickets, know that some good people got it. And I've been to a lot of shows with it, and it's.
That's really neat. I got to inform my family because I come from a military family. I got a lot of.
That's it's called Vet Tex, and it's right there. It's
cool.
All you pay is the transfer fee. The Tech and Master transfer fee is like $5. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So if a veteran lies about having been in the military, is that stolen cowardness?
Oh.
Well, they have a system to verify to make sure you were in. So maybe somebody had probably lied before and got in.
No, that was one of my stupid dad jokes, and I don't think it quite worked out.
Yeah, he was saying the opposite of that.
I know. I was just trying to help us for free stuff for free people.
Yeah. How about the vets?
What'd you say, Dan?
I said you had to send that joke back to Vegas where it belongs.
You're never going to get over that, are you, Danny?
Like here. Oh, I'm sorry. Like in Seattle, there's like baseball on here. There's baseball games, football games. All these are giving away tickets.
That's so cool.
And so it's just, hey, you got to take whatever help there is out there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You just
Indeed.
Life is hard.
Yeah, like around here we've got
that's why I
veteran
need
parking
blood.
like right next to all the handicap spots, like, and that's a thing, and people respect it around here. So
yeah, they do down here too, some to a point.
Well, they do down here, you'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, if you pass the point here, you go to jail.
Well,
Remember,
you got these little things on your tag and things on
Here, if you pass go, you go to jail.
Right? Come here.
Florida has so many.
Is that true? UFO man got in a limousine with Ozzy Osbourne and his wife in the 1980s while he was hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Holy
Sure,
crap.
why not?
That's a cool story.
Talk about how cool that is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Sharon let him in.
Oh,
Sharon Osbourne's a tough cookie.
I know she'll put up with too much shit.
No, listen. If I was in a band, she could be my manager any day because she don't put up with shit.
Well, like on her Osbourne show, when the neighbor was giving her hell, she threw like a frozen turkey or frozen ham.
Frozen ham, yeah.
Frozen ham. And the funny thing is, I look at Sharon Osbourne, and I totally see my mom in her. I'm like, oh my God, that's the shit my mom used to do to people. She was pissed.
That's cool, man.
Your mom kept frozen ham laying around?
Well, yes, but we were not kosher ones by any
Hey, I was about
sense.
like, wait a minute.
Sorry. I tease you. What do you keep him around for? To throw at people.
There's no such thing as a kosher ham to them. To me, I don't give a shit. It tastes good, okay? Goes great with eggs.
I'm just being a smartass.
When I was in a band,
neighbor-
my bandmate he was a vegetarian, but he would eat bacon. Like, which just, it blew my mind that like you're a vegetarian, but you're
Even
gonna eat one.
vegetarians eat bacon flavored things. Bacon is a necessity of life. I mean, you can't just go, vegetables don't taste like bacon. I'm sad, and I could move on. But like, no, they literally make bacon flavored.
Oh yeah, they bacon flavor everything. Yeah,
gross. Vegetables are icky.
Bacons are like the eggs of the food world. Because anything goes with them.
Bacon is life.
Agreed.
Yes.
I'm more bacony these days than sausagey.
Oh yeah, sausage.
I'm not a big fan of sausage. It annoys me when I go to like gas stations in the morning and they have all those breakfast sandwiches, but they're all sausage. They don't have the bacon. Like I hate that.
I can live with the sausage. I prefer the bacon. I remember I used to fight with my mom when I was a kid because she the breakfast at McDonald's that she wanted me to get had sausage in it, and I hated the old McDonald's sausage for the old 70s.
Yeah, it didn't
taste those are terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. It had like big chunks of, I said pine needles in it. It was really oregano.
Pine needles. Yeah, because it tastes like it after a while. But those
just have the sausage. I don't want the sausage.
The sausage was like rubber cement dried with the little beads of
the gristle like pieces in it. Yeah.
And then it's just like, I was like, nasty. I could bang this thing up against my wall. It would smack back and hit me. Hey, we didn't have very much, but I did have clackers, so watch me, girl.
Oh boy. You have clackers now.
Yeah. Well, you've got better than I do now.
Yes, it's true.
So anyway, hair metal.
Oh yeah, right.
I want to show you guys this picture right here. I put a picture down here.
I see.
Pop it up, Sarah.
That picture is that picture is my son when he was like 5 years old on stage with Mike Ness.
Oh,
that's really cool.
Right on.
Very cool.
Who is that?
And guys, this is funny. I made this shirt. It's called New School. You're right, because everything was called Old School. And after that tour, Social D came out with shirts that said New School, and I know that came from me. Because the band members of the band like, oh, that's cool, New School. I never thought about that.
Yeah, when they call us old school, my old job, that meant you were old.
Yeah. Oh, Indy, I'm going back to the early 70s when they just started having breakfast and they didn't. There was like breakfast kits.
Yeah,
so you got what they paired.
You can still get those like big breakfast things, but yeah, it's not the same as it was in the 70s and 80s.
One of your person put Rat are the glam gods. Rat was the very first concert I ever went to as a kid. Dancing on the Cover tour. Poison was opening up their brand new band, and I still remember that to this day because I was just like 13 years old. And at that time, when Dancing on the Cover Rat was there, this music was not accepted yet. People were calling it garbage, trash, and it was so surreal being in a place for the first time with you're surrounded by people just like you who love the music. So Rat was the very first concert I ever went to, and I just love that comment, because they were great. And I remember wearing the Rat shirt the next day. Teachers look at you like you're trash, like you're garbage. Serious, that was accepted yet. It was more like '88 when bands like Fortune Sugar on Me came out and they kind of broke through. That's when we called it when the preppies started to jump on the music genre, because at the time. You're a hard rocker, you're considered this, but then all the new Kids on the Block fans got embarrassed that they were liking new kids. They got on Metallica, they got onto all this. It's like, okay, you made fun of us, and now it's all right for you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
I never liked New Kids on the Block.
Is there a better pairing of bands? Is there a better pairing of bands than Rat Poison?
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. It occurred to me, too. I was thinking that.
I learned so much from that concert because at the time, like Poison, the only thing I knew of Poison at that time, because we didn't have cable TV, we can't afford it. The only song I ever heard from Poison was Cry Tough. And no offense, that song ain't that great.
Yeah, that's not their best song.
It wasn't. And when I saw them on stage singing Look What the Cat Dragged In, I'm like, holy shit.
Much better. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like it taught me that there's the reason why you have opening acts. It gives them the opportunity to play in front of you so you can like them. So I didn't know all that, going to concerts and all that. I was going there for Rat, but here's Poison, like, holy shit, these guys are the same guys saying that song Cry Tough? These guys are better than I thought.
See, I like them too. I like.
There's a few
like
bands I
Poison
didn't.
and Rat.
I learned from opening acts. Like
Yes,
he was
I
called
love-
Kid back then, Kid Johnny Lang, in front of like a. I don't remember who it was. It was probably Duran Duran or something. And that was in the 80s, before Kid Johnny Lang became Johnny Lang.
But you don't get that nowadays. Opening acts are just gimmicks to have bigger bands to sell tickets. It's not like they're taking somebody brand new anymore, really, where you're learning them for the first time. Like, hey, these guys could really play.
Yeah,
I miss
glam and
that.
hair metal are two different things. You're right, Indy. But whatever. Like, we're not going to be genre Nazis here.
No.
No.
that was my thumbnail. I put glam rock goats because I thought it sounded cute.
I say I like a lot of there's a lot of it I hate. There's a lot of it I love.
Well,
But no, if you're going to talk
but the
glam,
one-
you got to talk about Bowie. He
but
is
the one
yeah.
the ones I'm into, I select. I'm kind of really weird. I consider myself like an overthinker in this area. It's like I have to really think about it. It's got to be outstanding for me in order for me to add it to anything of my own, whether it's spending money on seeing them in person or buying their album or buying the magazine they had them on, back in the day. Because my parents my parents probably could have afforded cable, but they do not want to have that. Quote unquote, and my parents were pretty hip, okay, but they didn't want me ruining my head with all the all the music and stuff. And I'm like, I'm looking at them, those who came from the Beatles, the Rolling Stones era, Shocking Pink, whatever it was. I was like, and you're telling me now. Never felt so low.
But you know what, going back what you say with the word glam, we're having this conversation right before this show. I hate when people try to cut down music, like this is glam, this is hair metal, this is hard rock. People like Ozzy Osbourne wasn't hair metal. Like, did you look at Ozzy Osbourne when he looked like an Ultimate Centaur? Does Ozzy not have ballads too? Listen, they all had ballads. They all had rock music, hard rock, heavy. It's just all music. It's all rock. I always say real music is when you have a bass player, guitar player, a drummer. If you have an extra guitar player, that's a bonus. You know what I mean?
Like a rhythm
Yes,
music.
just champion what I feel.
Even country's real music, real instruments and all that. That's all music. I mean, remember we said it backstage. Skid Row has some really slave to the grind heavy. Then they have I Remember You, Youth Gone Wild. They all have it. Ozzy, they all did. I mean, Kiss came out with that ballad Forever,
Sure.
But then you got Rock and Roll All Night. They all have it.
Yeah, like Beth
Get
is
a
so much
screenshot of
better.
Precious Frozen.
Beth is so much better. It is.
And I like a lot.
Look, I'm wearing Kiss right here.
And I love love.
I got
the
it.
precursors to heavy metal. Like
Black Sabbath has some slow stuff too.
That's
I
true.
know stuff that really meant from the heart too.
So ballads
there's
does not
more-
come from 80s bands. Ballads
Yeah.
are always there.
And War Pigs was their anti-Vietnam song. People think it's all gung ho, whatever. I'm like, he's giving it his very best on how he tells you he does not like what's going on in not Korea, but in the other war, Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's like it's so stupid, and it bothers me. And a lot of heavy metalists are also, and I've seen this because I've known some in my life. One guy from a group that back home, he took ballet. He was a hard thrash metal rocker, but he wanted to learn how to do ballet so that he can move around better on stage when he's doing his material for his shows.
Was
And
that Rob Halford?
I don't
Sounds
know.
like Rob Halford.
But it's like I had another friend who liked singing and doing things, and it's like you don't know what people's backgrounds are and stuff, and then you think, oh, they're like the heavy metalists can't do Beethoven. Bullshit. Because you know what, it takes a fine artist and musician.
There are some musicians who get a lot of crap for the music that, like Huey Lewis is the classic.
I know.
Huey Lewis was a master musician, and yet he put out all these pop songs. Everybody thought he was just a generic vanilla pop artist, but Huey Lewis had a whole lot of talent that you just never saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you see one guy, you see like Mick Jagger, and you think of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and that's all there is to it. But
well,
okay,
that's Keith Richards, but yeah.
And Chase, sorry, dude, I love you, but I have to plead. I have to plead with you. Anyhow, no, it's like we just pick on him, but I mean, that bothers me to like absolutely no end, thinking that okay, he's all ghetto rap and reggae and all this other stuff. You don't know, he just came back home from singing gospel at his church. They think that just because to me it's bothersome that people can't open their minds up like pop and see that the other guy's got a lot in common with him, more than he thought.
I also think a lot of people get confused by the difference between skill and what they don't like. Like just because you don't like something doesn't mean that the person making it doesn't have a whole lot of skill. Like there's some music I absolutely can't stand, but I will recognize the talent behind it. Like even if I don't like it, doesn't mean it's necessarily bad.
That's why it's called musical appreciation.
Well,
I like it.
Just explain the exact way I feel about Warrant.
Oh no!
We're not going to start that again, Dan. We're not going to start that again.
Hold on, what's going on? What's going on with Warrant?
Long story.
What do I miss about Warrant? Dan, you hate Warrant? Is that what I'm getting at?
Yanni Lane, his Warrant. Dan and I had this ongoing feud over Warrant. He thinks they were terrible. I find Yanni Lane's story to be absolutely tragic. He's only remembered for that one song,
Cherry Pie.
Exactly, which he hated. He wrote that song with a gun to his head. The album's supposed to be called Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah. The album was completed.
Yeah,
and the record company said, "No, we need an Aerosmith Love in an Elevator type song because that's what's selling." And they made him. He wrote it like in a day. He had no choice.
In like a notepad.
He didn't even know they're changing the cover.
Yeah, and he hated it. They go. They basically told him we need something that frat brothers are to scream at the hot chicks at their beer blasts. It's like this vapid. No,
Dan's like, yep, that's what it is.
But he wrote some amazing stuff.
I can't say
Uncle Tom's Cabin is an absolutely amazing song, but apparently Dan and I differ on that.
Well, listen, everybody has the right to their taste. I mean, that's 100%. I saw Warrant. Warrant was touring with Motley Crue at the time, but then off dates, Warrant would play headlining in smaller clubs. And they came to Fresno, and we went and saw Warrant. And I'm going to tell you people something. They kicked ass live. I mean, they were really good live. Now, it's true, on the first album, the guitar players, Jerry West, I can't remember their names, a lot of the guitar parts weren't recorded by them because their producer, B. Hill, who produced all the Rat albums, he produced that Warrant album. And he actually, they said their guitar player weren't ready yet. So a lot of guitar playing wasn't done by the actual musicians in the band. They were actually done by other musicians. So I know a lot of people don't like the band because of that, but that was the producer's decision. But by the time I saw them live, they did a really, really good job. And Uncle Tom's Cabin is a fantastic song. Cherry Pie, I mean, I agree. That song should go away. I know the band had to be embarrassed when that video came out because when the music finally took the turn, that was an easy song to target. Like this is their fault, and it was technically the fault of the studio companies because you guys ever listen to Dee Snider? Dee Snider's smarter than anybody really gives him credit for. He should tell you the normal rock tracks would you come out with your main number one rock track, your hard song. Then your second song is a hard one. Usually your third one is your ballad, and your fourth one is a hard rock song. But then later on, the record companies wanted two ballads. Mm-hmm. So your second one and fourth one were 2 ballads because they want to sell more records. And then what really started to kill the music is when record company says, no, let's just fuck all that. Let's just put out the ballad as the first one. One of the bands who did that was Steelheart with what's that song? That's that ballad. Steelheart.
Sorry, range.
Oh, that's Steelheart.
Indy, where are you?
Steelheart main ballad. I'll never let you go.
Let you go. Yeah, I just googled it too. Yeah, I know
that what started the downfall because these studios wanted to make money. They forced these bands to have your first single as a ballad. And think about this: most albums only had 1 or 2, so you're basically telling people out there that our whole album is going to be these ballads, and they weren't.
No, I get that. Yeah.
And Warren Doggy Dog album, that album never gets credit. That's a damn good freaking album with Machine Gun, A Hole in the Wall.
Wow.
Hey, is he frozen?
Yes, I'm frozen. Frozen. It's an
Once you get to know Thrash,
you get
know him.
About Warren.
But then Warren came out the 4th album called Ultraphobic, fucking suck ass.
I think a good example of that, like ballad defining a band, even though the band doesn't do that, is like Extreme, with more than words. You know, like that's the song everybody knows. But Extreme is really a hard.
What's interesting about? I know people are like, oh my god, they're talking about ballads. Yes, I am about to talk about Poison's "Every Rose Has its Thorn" because that's an interesting song. Because when Bret Michaels wrote that, the studios did not want that song on the album because they thought that song sounded too much like country. And Bret had to fight them to put that ballad on the album. And he had to fight his ass off to say we want to make a single off "Every Rose Has its Thorn." And of course, that became their biggest song ever as a band. I just thought that was interesting. The studios didn't even know what they had. They remember ballads weren't acoustic really yet. They were still rock, but slower.
Right.
But that was like the first song that was almost country in a way, country elements. The only reason it's not pure country because CeCe DeVille guitar sling in it. But
I know that
studios did not want that song on there.
I've heard John Bon Jovi talk about the same thing, how the studios wanted them to be less country, and so they would actually like country up a lot of their songs, just to piss off the record company.
I don't know. Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi pissed me off. They really do. John always wanted to be like Bruce Springsteen, and they had some cool rock tracks, but too much fucking keyboards for me.
Really?
Oh, too much keyboards. I did a show one day, said like 5 songs that I hate that's overrated. And one of the songs I put on there was Bon Jovi Runaway. Hate that song.
Fair enough.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but like after New Jersey, they went down. In my opinion,
they after that for sure.
They should call it Bon Springsteen. Seriously, I mean, and don't get me wrong, dude. They had like "Raise Your Hands." I mean, some good hard track. Like my favorite Bon Jovi album was actually 7,800 Fahrenheit because I felt that was the most rock album. And if you listen to John, he hates that album because he always makes that quote like, "You had your whole lifetime to do this debut. Then the studio wants you to make your second album in less than like 2-3 months." And I'm like, yeah, so what? Fucking Kiss used to make 2 albums a year.
Sure.
And those 2 albums a year that Kiss made in the 70s is their best stuff.
And it's priced.
That's just my opinion.
And they probably still have it in a bank account laughing at
today. Yeah, Black Sabbath used to do 2 albums a year, and they were good fucking solid albums. It's like, don't cry me a river.
They did the same thing.
Don't cry me a river. The studio forced you to make the album sooner. I mean, it's...
Am I frozen again? Oh, for Christ's sake.
Just give it up, Trash. Just give it up.
Hey, Danny was on my channel, and, we did a great show of Black Sabbath songs and stuff. Top 5 favorite songs. And we did another one, too, Dan. I can't remember what's the other one we did. We did Black Sabbath, and we did something else. I can't remember.
I don't remember neither. I think it was like music.
Too much drugs.
movie soundtracks with metal or something?
Oh, that's a good topic.
Yeah, really.
Well, I know we were talking about that in my last show. Like we should do another one on music, songs that were in movies that really represent the movie. Like "You Could Be Mine," Guns N' Roses for Terminator 2. That song was related.
Yeah.
And like Dan said, the whole soundtrack of Trick or Treat, Fastway. Another one. Sammy Hagar, Heavy Metal for the cartoon Heavy Metal. And Ozzy Osbourne, Secret Loser for the movie The Wraith. I mean,
that works.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
I think
agree.
That's
a really good topic, like I said.
It is. People be surprised. Like one of my favorites is Alice Cooper, The Man Behind the Mask for Friday the 13th Part 6. Love that song. Alice Cooper also had one, No More Mr. Nice Guy for the horror movie.
That's great.
Shocker.
No More Mr. Nice
That's in a movie, really? I didn't even know.
Shocker.
That.
Yeah, the movie Shocker.
Shocker. I vaguely remember that movie. That's the movie with the guy at the electric chair.
Yep.
And
Yep. No More Mr. Nice Guy was like the main song in that movie.
No idea. I haven't seen that movie since the 90s.
Useless information.
Oh, we love that here. That's our bread and butter.
It's kind of our culture.
Thursdays is full of that.
I gotta say, you're one of us. You're
definitely one of us. Yes.
Well, yeah. I've known Eric for 100 million years, so yeah.
I think there's a lot of great music in movies there's a lot of them. I mean, maybe we do another one, Danny, do like a top 10, trying to like think of 10 songs. That'll make you think. But not just a song that's in a movie, but it has to be like it was part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
I like Fastway, Trick or Treat was the movie, the song. The
I can't tell you the name of the band or the name of the song. But for some reason, there's this movie called The Howling 2 with this really cool rock band and this great scenes. I just can't put my finger on why I like it so much.
I can tell you 2 reasons.
God, I remember seeing it, but yeah, I mean, Howling 1 was a masterpiece.
Howling 1 is a classic. Howling 2 is not.
Yeah, actually,
my sister was a werewolf or something like that.
Down.
Yeah.
The Howling was great. The first
Howling's
one.
a great movie. Yeah,
I like
There's
that.
a rock band in it though, man, and there's something about that movie that just sticks out at me.
I mean, even ZZ Top elevated Back to the Future Part 3. So
I was at a wedding one time.
Oh yeah.
And I walked outside. And I heard the last concert of Cher. It was amazing.
Back to the Future. Huey Lewis, of course. The Power of Love.
Yeah.
And a lot of people realize the only reason he really did that song because I don't know if I know you guys probably know this, but maybe this is useless information for everybody in there. In the movie Ghostbusters, they went to Huey Lewis and said, "Hey, we want a song," and he said, "No, I don't do songs for movies." And the song Ghostbusters, the music part of it is a ripoff from "I Want a New Drug" from Huey Lewis. He actually sued them and all that. And when they asked him for Back to the Future, he's like, "Well, I better do it because they're just going to steal it." But I don't know if this is a mistake by him or it was a smart thing by him. When he did that song "Power of Love," he technically sold that song to the soundtrack where he didn't get he got to pay price for
no
doing
royalties.
it. He never got royalties off that song. But Huey said, "Yeah, but that song put us on a whole new level that we made money on the back end."
True.
Absolutely.
And they allowed him to put that song on his album where he got money for that, but not from the soundtrack or the movie. A little unnecessary information for people.
No, that's actually
I love that information. That's my kind of stuff.
Start sharing more. You gotta write books, man. That'd be fine.
I'm gonna take that nugget and make sure
I'm a
that
book
that's what I do.
Now, that wasn't uncommon in the 80s, if I remember correctly, for a band to do a song for a soundtrack and still put it on one of their albums.
Oh yeah, that happened all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what they say, but I still like the theme from "To Live and Let Die."
Oh, that's one of my favorite Bond songs.
That's
to me, that's one of my favorite all-time. Shaken not stirred kind of movie.
But
I
thought don't get credit great for this song. I think it's a beautiful, awesome song called "Hot and Bothered." That it was on one of their albums, but that song was made for Wayne's World 2.
Oh,
for that movie, Wayne's World, Hot and Bothered. And that song is awesome.
It's a great song.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that movie was made for Wayne's World, but then what they did is contract-wise, like, okay, we're gonna make another album in a year. We'll put it on our album in a year. They can use it now. They get that money, and then we get this movie after a year. That's why a lot of times, like, If You Could Be Mine with GNR, that was in Terminator first. Then they were allowed to put it on their album for Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Wow.
They never put it out on the same day because they want this to sell.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
It actually makes sense.
You
from
know,
a
have, like,
business
leftover.
perspective.
That's the same thing that RKO Records did for the movie and the soundtrack for Saturday Night Fever. What he did was he put that album out, and I mean, I know about background production too because I actually wanted to be a part of it at one point. Is that, but yeah, see, back then, whole other goose of a different color. Back then, it was so different. Like when you were being told no was yes and yes was no. And basically, that's how they used to run their markets. They used to run their stations. They'd only take what they can. And then whatever they left behind, they didn't care. I mean, I know I'm a little off base here, but
no, that's perfect. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you could only like buy one thing, and it's just one thing for the rest of your life, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll shut up.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna have a interesting. I think it's an interesting show this Tuesday. I was supposed to have it last Friday, but something came up at the last minute and I didn't do
Stuff
it.
does happen, yes.
I'm doing the show called "Songs That Were Robbed of Being Singles." That should have been a single video.
Oh,
That's great.
Yeah, I got 10 songs all written down already. But I gave myself some rules. I usually give myself rules like when an album already has 4 singles, I don't count those. Usually a good album should have at least 4. So any album that had 3 or less, I try to make a reason why this song off that album should have been a single also, or it would have helped band sell.
There's a lot of that.
There's a lot.
So much. And you know, the things that in the music that, you know, we as people are losing, you know, it's like a lot of, you know, they want to take away our music. They want to take away our regular radio stations. They want to mess with, you know, all kinds of background schemes, thinking that they're going to get money, and they do. And sometimes they're not, you know, telling anywhere.
Well, the problem with radio stations are they're all owned by the same company now.
And so,
what is it called? iHeartRadio.
Yeah,
they own like everything, and they can.
Well, you know,
there's whatever they want.
There's a channel. Well, there's a service. It's called oh gosh, I just had it in my head. Anyhow,
CCR, baby.
Yeah,
CCR.
Yeah, something to nature. Yeah, and it's just it's just weird. It's just so weird that, you know, you bring all this stuff up, and it reminds me of watching the movie FM from the 70s.
I totally, like, my internet totally crapped out on me. You were saying something about a show you were doing on Tuesday. I was curious what it was.
It's about songs that I felt should have been a single or video from an album.
Oh, okay.
That I believe that didn't, you know, get it properly released. That could have, you know.
How many times are great music turned away, you know? All the things that, you know, that could have helped other musicians out, you know, and regardless of what genre it was, you know, everybody could learn something new from somebody else.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, it's weird.
You know, I could learn something from even though I'm not really hip on country. I mean, I like old stuff, but not the new stuff. But if they somebody come in and hit me, hey, I do it.
Like, I'll give like a free example. Like Rat Out of the Cellar sold like 3 million copies.
That's their big
one. They have 4 singles, you know, Wanted Man, Round and Round,
that was it.
Back for More, and like another one. Their second album, Invasion of Privacy, which I love that album even better. They only had 2, Lay It Down and You're in Love. And they have so many other songs like, okay, they sold 3, they sold 2. What's the difference? 4 videos, only 2 videos. You know, videos is it's like a commercial. It's what sells. Like, I don't understand how come. Yeah. I would get it if an album sucked, but that album didn't suck. Like, What you give is what you want. Like, how's that song not a single?
Yeah. It should be more what you want or what we give is what you want.
And sometimes, like, well, that was a release only in Japan. But I don't get that either. Like, why would you just only put it out in Japan, not here? Like,
or where the money goes, because it's all money's game. It's all
was it in Japanese?
No, the radio businesses. I'm just saying it's almost like you're reading ancient hieroglyphics.
Money talks.
Yeah,
Mine says goodbye.
Yeah, it's like all these schemes, and people used to do stuff and payola back like in the 50s and 60s. I mean, this stuff. I mean, the music is great, no matter what music you like. The thing is, all the BS.
Unless you like dubstep.
Yeah.
I like dubstep.
Yeah,
you have no
I mean, like, but if you turn it all around, you see the. But
I hate country.
You see the I don't hate. It's the new stuff I can't do. I like the old stuff. I'm an old fart. What do you want? Yes,
I like old country too, man. Like, you know, your Patsy Clines, your Johnny Cashes.
I love that.
I grew up on CCR and Johnny Cash. My father and them, you know, Waylon Jennings. I grew up on, you know, I grew up on Western country, you know, country Western. That was like really good.
Both kinds.
Music country and Western.
I had a pet peeve.
You're bad.
I have a pet peeve with this other channel because anytime a band kind of goes a little extra blues or whatever country on an album, oh, they hate it. They should have stayed rock. And I'm always like, a band's not allowed to grow. A band's not allowed to
change
their roots. I never understood that.
Hey, he's not one of us broads.
But if you guys ever want to fight, I'm telling you guys, go to Reddit. Everybody on Reddit wants to fight you.
Absolutely.
I was there. I was on Reddit, right? Somebody asked this question. Who the better band? The Beatles or the Rolling Stones? And I said, oh, fuck. It's not even a question. The Rolling Stones, they're a rock band. They're on stage. They're playing. And then people are like, they're not real music. Beatles, like, fuck, Beatles only came out with 4 or 5 albums. They broke up. Rolling Stones still out there. That's a band. That's a rock band. That's a band on stage. The Beatles quit. They couldn't take it no more. You know, and these people, they'll fight you to death. They'll call you names. Like, if you don't say the Beatles, it's like their whole world shakes up and like.
I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so one of my favorite things to do is go on Reddit and check out the Star Trek versus Star Wars debate. That's always going on. It's a blast.
I love both. I love both.
Yeah, me too. Like, you know,
I actually watched Star Trek last night.
Excellent.
But one of the Star Treks that hardcore Star Trek fans don't like. I watched Star Trek Into the Darkness. Most hardcore Star Trek fans don't like it.
Why did that come up twice today? We were talking about that on my stream.
But if you want to talk Star Wars versus Star Trek, they both hit the wall.
Yeah, they both kind of suck.
Oh my gosh! I wish that Academy thing was.
They both got good stuff. They both got some bad stuff. I mean, you know,
but
Disney fucked over Star Wars. You know, and.
My thing on my channel is I try to love everything. I try not to be all negative because I feel like there's way too much of that on the internet. So like the whole Star Wars versus Star Trek debate to me is just silly. Like they're both great. They're different things, you know.
And they're both getting fucked over right now. I mean, I'm watching Paramount, and that Star Trek series they're putting out now is garbage.
That Starfleet Academy is
like that last one with the kid Academy. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's canceled. It's gone. It's done.
Is it canceled? Good. That was garbage, dude. That was garbage.
I miss good writing. I miss storytelling. I miss having an adventure. I don't want to hear about the social crap that I'm dealing with today in a futuristic setting that has no bearing on.
You know what I want? I want an old-fashioned Star Trek series where they go on a 5-year mission, and it's not about the special effects. It's about learning the planet, like the old ones. Like what made the original Star Trek so good was they had no money for like a lot of special effects. A lot of it was done through language. You know what I mean? Writing. That's what's missing.
Of the current
Tarantino was almost going to do a Star Trek movie one time. J.J. Abrams had lunch with Quentin Tarantino, and I always thought that would be interesting because Quentin Tarantino is about writing, about words, and Star Trek is words. Like, how would that have been? Now, would they have cussed in it? I mean, You know,
look, I'm all for different people giving different interpretations of a property like Star Trek. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm not a big Quentin Tarantino fan, but I would be fine with him having the chance to do something with Star Trek.
I felt like Star Trek needed a different direction, like kind of like be pushed back in the old days. I thought it might have been interesting because Quentin Tarantino is about script.
No,
and Star Trek what made it good was script, not about the special effects.
You're not wrong.
Tarantino held me as a baby. That's why I'm epic.
That explains a lot.
Well, really, he did. My dad's mom, I used to go visit, them, and they lived right by where he used to work at the video place. And I'd go in there and go to my uncle. He was like, and he would hold you all the time.
That's okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Talking about Star Wars, I am going to a Star Wars movie this Thursday.
Yeah, me too. My wife is a huge Grogu fan. It's not even optional for me.
Lord.
I saw Solo at the Man Chinese Theater, and that was the last Star Wars movie I saw because oh my god, my
Solo! I don't think Solo was that bad.
I had to agree with you. I didn't think it was that bad. I think the worst Star Wars they ever did was The Last Jedi. That was just a slap in the face.
Yeah,
I thought Solo was a normal adventure.
It just felt like a generic Star Wars movie. It was
that
good.
Great. I might have to see it again. I don't know.
Rise of Skywalker is really bad.
I don't know if they're playing it here or not because Tallahassee, Florida, last place to get anything in the world. But I mean, if they're going to be playing at the AMC near me, was it Imagine or no, the Jackson?
Words are hard.
I know.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Thank
you.
I
won't watch that
movie.
They
just took something for my.
I will not watch the Michael Jackson movie because I'll tell you guys, I'm not watching it because of the part where they know. The reason I'm not watching is they completed the movie Michael Jackson. The director made the whole movie where he had permission to, and then the Jacksons they looked at the movie and said, "Oh no." They had to cut over 40% of the movie out. Because Jackson, we can't do this because it's in the courts and all that.
I did not know that.
Yes, it wasn't 10%. Wow. It wasn't 20%. It was 40% of the movie.
Yep.
I did not know that.
The movie was more of a fast pace, like a highlight of his career, dancing to 85.
It's also sanitized because of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So we're going to be looking forward to the court version later. It's going to be great. It's going to be like 3 hours long. It's gonna be awesome.
And it's not the director's fault. He made the movie he wanted, but they made him cut out and he got permission to do that too at first.
Yeah, but they didn't say they wouldn't cut it afterwards.
Yeah, they do that to a lot of directors, unfortunately.
I never.
But I'm hoping next year Star Wars Starfighter. I'm got really high hopes for that one because
high hopes.
They got a great director who did Deadpool 3 and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Movie. They got him, and it's supposed to be about starfighters, like pilots.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's not going to be like Andor. I know that because it's in the movie theater, but I'm hoping that they go kind of get back to that old system, that old fun, that old venture. That's the one they should have came out with first, not a Disney Plus TV show.
I agree. Yeah,
I know what's going to happen when I watch it this Thursday. They're going to show how cute Guru is, and look, don't press that button. He's pressing it. They're going to do that over and over again, and that shit.
And my wife is going to love it.
I'm sorry,
but that shit gets old very quickly.
I think I'm like your wife to an extent.
That's not storytelling. That's not good writing.
It's like I wouldn't be too happy if it's Star Wars because I'm really more of a Trekkie. But the long and TOS,
right there, so.
TOS, baby, that's nothing else for me. But the long and short of it is that I'd like to see that movie too. Yeah, it's kind of.
I'm the only one up for a good game of Kick the Baby Yoda.
I'm almost feeling your way. I'm already tired. The original plan was before the whole world fell in love with Baby Yoda was he was going to be in the first season and he was going to be dropped off and not brought back for third, like all new adventures. But the world loved it so much, they forced him to do a show in the Boba Fett show, and they brought him all back in the whole third season. The original idea was there was going to be no Baby Yoda in the third season. And that's what happens when you mess up. You listen to people like, oh, we can't do without him now.
Yeah, the first season of Mandalorian, I felt like had a vision. It was trying to be more of a Western. It was trying to be like a spaghetti Western version of Star Wars. But then it just became the Grogu show, which it wasn't really the fault of the show. It was the fault of the marketing and everything.
Yeah, so the first 2 seasons I thought was good. The third one kind of just dropped the ball.
It dips big time, yeah. But
then,
like I said, my wife is still a huge fan. She's got a shrine, and I'm not.
I fucking love Andor. I love Andor.
Andor's great. Andor's probably the best thing Star Wars
thing they have done since the original Star Wars. And
I'm sorry, I meant to say this. Is I prefer like Leela's love over Nibbler versus whatchamacallit. We're just talking about. I'm like, oh my god,
I still think Grogu was a ripoff of Gizmo. So,
but I still really love Nibbler.
They look almost identical.
And I think a lot of people are trying to do him wrong.
I want to feed it at midnight and see what happens.
Hey, but at least Star Trek had some Beastie Boys, right? That saved the world or saved the ship.
Yeah, Beastie Boys and Star Trek. That was something. That happened.
Can you imagine Star Wars playing Beastie Boys?
We have to say good night.
Are we done? Are we leaving?
We're done. It's time to say good night, guys.
Yeah, it is. It's been live now for 1:20. So
been a blast, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You have to be on the
I got a new fan.
Yeah, and okay, so Tuesday's your show, Eric, right?
Usually I do live. I do mostly live. I don't care for pre-recorded shows. I like it live. So a lot of times I don't get to play the music when I talk about the song because the copyrights, they take down your video and stuff.
Of course.
But they're live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm West Coast, so it's 10 a.m. Pacific time, my time. It's 1 p.m. for everybody else, but they're live. Danny's been on there a couple times, and a lot of times it's just mostly by myself.
If you'd like to comment on my show afterwards and leave your link there, I'll pin it at the top so everybody can just go find it and go to it, okay?
Yeah, and it's a fun show.
Is my thing to everyone.
I'm definitely going to check it out, man.
I'm acting a little listless. I just took some allergy pills and some knockout pills because I'm not really feeling
Yeah, you're talking to me. I'm already on Neptune, man. I've been there the whole time. I don't know if you know.
My friends here didn't want to interrupt me. They just, it's your show and you fall into it when you wanna.
And I'm happy. My last strike finally left the channel, so I'm strike free right now.
Oh my gosh!
There's two channels that I'm always bashing on my channel because there's another channel that was responsible for it, and they're a bunch of cowards.
Oh,
they tried to hit you for harassment or whatever.
People.
Yeah. I got a couple of channels I like to bash too.
We all have those channels. Yeah, it's just what happens, right? There's people out there that say,
and then there's going to be some exciting stuff, June, July on the Gypsy Road channel because my brother's coming back to Washington in the beginning of June, and we're going to be visiting a lot of places.
Cool.
Right on.
Nice. That's the paranormal stuff on that channel. We're going to be hitting a lot of places.
Yeah.
What's the name of your channels, Gypsy Road?
Gypsy Road Mysteries.
Oh, I have to look you up. That looks so cool.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Yeah, put it in the chat too. Okay.
Hopefully, in the future, when we do another show, maybe about Bigfoot monster movies or something, you can come back on with us.
Hell yeah.
That'd be fun.
Guys, I can hear again. My ears are healed. I'm good now.
Good.
My flock and dad knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. So this
Doug, Fresh, and we're all virgins. Sorry, Sarah.
Oh my God, that's something I didn't need to hear.
He got it. He got the joke. Mr. Thrasher got it.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so this Wednesday, UFO Man will be live, so we'll be doing another show on there. And then Thursday we'll be live. It's not my birthday, so it'll just be a normal party. It'd be great.
Post-birthday clarity.
Yeah. What? Birthday clarity? What?
Eric, be sure to check out this end credit she done. It used to be our opening. You're going to love this.
Especially if you like boobies.
And guys, everyone, thanks for joining us.
All right.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll try not to talk
Bye,
so
seeing
much
you guys.
No, you were great, man. You're awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
LinkedIn in a TV flow. Geeks for sure with tales to tell. Every Sunday is pretty swell. Good times here, you'll want some more. Remember days you can't ignore. Kids and family, friends so dear. Join us now, the crew is here. Spot the artifact, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh go, Sunday fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, let's all revere. Shows from days gone by, epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast, fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat, geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah's here to add the spice, memories that feel so nice. Love the artifact, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh go, Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, let's all revere. Save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh girl, Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, let's all revere. Movie shows from days gone by, epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast, fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat, geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah's here to add the spice, memories that feel so nice. Lock the artifact, save the